Hi, I'm Rand talking. This is my capstone project. To the up-and-coming sonography students, you're going to get overwhelmed at some point during the program. You may even have a mental breakdown or 20 if you're like me. But in the end, it'll all be worth it. At the start of the program, I remember being extremely nervous for clinicals and feeling like I would never learn everything as expected to know. But try to relax. Eventually, things will start to click as you gain more confidence in your capabilities. Now, to talk a little bit about the dreaded class, physics. This was by far the hardest class for me. The instructor expects a lot out of you, but it's only to better prepare you for the physics board. It sometimes felt like the instructor was speaking a foreign language, but I passed and so can you. I faced a lot of challenges during the program. The first challenge I faced was during a month or two into the program where I felt completely overwhelmed and that I wouldn't ever be able to finish schooling. I thought it was just too difficult and too stressful. It took a lot out of me to push through the self-doubt and to trust my parents when they said I could do it. The second challenge I faced was taking physics as well as the physics board during the second semester. I once again was extremely stressed out over the quiz grades I was receiving and whether or not I would actually pass the class. I knew I did not want to have to take the physics final, so I set my goal to pass the physics board before the class was over, which once again made me stressed and anxious. I prepared for physics board 2 weeks prior to taking it. I studied off of notes in an Edelman book and physics flashcards my clinical instructor had used to pass her boards. I also talked to the sonographers about their boards so I would know what to expect. I ended up passing the boards, which was a huge accomplishment for me. The last challenge is one I'm still working on, which is being confident in myself. I think the confidence will grow with the more experience I have as I see and learn new things. I definitely struggled with grasping physics. I felt like what I had studied for the quiz was never on it, and that was completely frustrating. When one of the sonographers handed me their old Edelman book, it gave me a different outlook on the subject. Although it was still tough and stressful, Edelman was a much easier read and put topics in a way you can actually understand, so it didn't make it seem like it was so foreign. Without the Edelman book, I'm not sure I would have passed the class. I can't think of any specific question styles to struggle with answering. In general, I struggle with going with my initial answers and not changing it to something else. In physics, I tended to change my answer after reviewing the quiz for a second time and would get the answer wrong because of it. I learned to stick with my original answer unless I was positive I was wrong, which is one of the strategies I developed. Another strategy I've developed is to try not to stress about every grade in every quiz. It's okay to not get A's on everything. In the beginning, I had a huge issue of balancing friends and school. I pushed having a social life to the back burner and stressed about every little thing with clinicals and school. It's important to be able to balance both. You need to have fun too. You can do this by designating certain days for school and still having a couple of days to hang out with friends or relax. Tools that worked for me and what I relied on a lot on were the online learning tools such as Quizlet and the online notes provided for us. For physics, I also relied pretty heavily on the Edelman book and test questions to get me through the class. I would also recommend talking to a sonographer you work with. Some of them may have notes they use to study off of or different tips that can be helpful. I planned on studying for the final vascular board through the notes I've taken and have considered taking a registry prep practice test. I want to wait until after I've graduated to take the test so I actually have time to study and not worry about clinicals in school on top of studying for the exam. For the physics board, I took it while I was still in physics and during classes and clinicals, and it was just really stressful. I don't want to do that to myself again. I know there are a lot of great online practice tests and studying materials and plan to take advantage of it. The goals I have achieved thus far are doing relatively well in all my classes. A huge goal of mine was to pass physics as well as physics board, which I had achieved and was a huge relief on doing so. Another goal of mine is to try to be more relaxed and less stressed out this semester, which I have done well so far on. Clinicals work for me because they obviously prepare you for the real world. There are both positive and negatives with online classes. A positive is that you can learn more at your own pace and can do all of your work from home. A negative is that for whatever reason I don't feel like I retain as much information as I normally do with in-person classes. If anything, I think having the opportunity to have more classes in person would be nice. I like the instructors and having the first couple months of the program to learn how to do a couple of the tests prior to beginning clinicals. So new students, just try to remember to relax and not get too stressed out about everything, and make sure to still have a social life outside of this, which can be difficult. And thank you.